Mirko De Muro is a jockey from Italy. He is now primarily based in Japan. He is a world-class jockey, and there was one horse that he regarded as a dream horse or an ideal thoroughbred. The horse is called NeoUniverse. This time I will describe him. Well, let's have a little Japanese snack first. NeoUniverse is a male horse born in 2000. His father is Sunday Silence and his mother is Pointed Pass. Sunday Silence needs no explanation. Pointed Pass has run 2 races in France, winning 0, and has no track record to speak of. She was imported to Japan and produced only foals with Sunday Silence. As a child, NeoUniverse had long legs and a thin body, giving him an unreliable look to those who saw him. But when he entered the stables in 2002 and training began, the staff was amazed at how well NeoUniverse rode. NeoUniverse was born on May 21st, a little later than the other horses. This led to concerns about his slow development, but surprisingly his training went well and his debut race was set for November 2002. His debut race was a 1400-meter race on the Kyoto course on November 9th. He was the favorite and positioned himself in second place after a good start. He took the lead around the final turn, but was then briefly overtaken by a horse in pursuit. NeoUniverse did not stall and sped away from there, taking the lead again and finishing in the lead with plenty of time to spare. Note that I mentioned Mirko De Muro at the beginning of this video, but he will not be riding in the NeoUniverse until a little later. Until the first 4 races of the NeoUniverse, he was ridden by a different jockey. The jockey, his name was Fukunaga, and after the first race, he told the trainer, "I've never ridden a horse like him, he's a grade 1 horse." The next race for NeoUniverse was the Chukyo 2-year-old Stakes, only this race was handled by a different jockey than Fukunaga, Ikezoe. But in this race he was overtaken by 2 horses in the final stretch and lost to 3rd place. But in the next race, Fukunaga rode him again, and NeoUniverse broke away from the field from a good position to win his second race. NeoUniverse thus moved up to the open class and competed in the Grade 3 Kasaragi show in February. He was the 3rd favorite and took the lead on the last turn and held onto it. Coming up on him just before the finish line was Silent Deal, winner of the Grade 3 Shinzen-Kinen a month earlier. That makes it a worthy victory, but Fukunaga commented, "He will get better." With this victory, NeoUniverse was expected to perform well in the classic races. However, Fukunaga had another strong horse that he planned to ride in a classic race. That horse's name was Asian Champ, and he was more accomplished than NeoUniverse, as he won the Asahi Cup Futurity Stakes in December, making him the 2-year-old champion. Asian Champ also won the historic Yayoi Show, a prelude to the classic race, and Fukunaga chose him instead of NeoUniverse for the classic race. And the jockey selected for NeoUniverse was Mirko De Muro, an Italian jockey who had come to Japan on a short-term license. When Mirko De Muro rode NeoUniverse for the first time, he felt unbelievable. He is an amazing horse. With a new partner, NeoUniverse competed in the Grade 2 Spring Stakes. In this race, Sakura President, who finished second to Asian Champ in the Asahi Cup Futurity Stakes, was the favorite. NeoUniverse started from the 15th slot and continued to race while running on the outside, which was a distance disadvantage. However, this was a deliberate act by Mirko, the purpose of which was to see if he could come to terms with the jockey and to see if NeoUniverse's stamina would be sufficient for the Derby. NeoUniverse approached the leading pack on the final turn and won by a length and a quarter over Sakura President. Mirko said that after this race, NeoUniverse's great stamina and instantaneous power were confirmed. April 20th, Satsuki Show. The Triple Crown race has begun. NeoUniverse was the most favored in the presence of Sakura President and Asian Cham. NeoUniverse chased the inside middle of the pack. There was concern that the horses were gathering in front of him on the final turn and that the path would not open up, but he was fortunate enough to open up on the final stretch. And as NeoUniverse accelerated, Sakura President sped alongside him as well. They continued to dead heat side by side and crossed the finish line side by side. At the end, NeoUniverse was leading by a head. And Fukunaga and Asian Champ were in third place. The trainer appreciated Mirko's ride. On June 1st, NeoUniverse went straight to the Derby after winning the Satsuki Show. Heavy rain had fallen the day before, creating power-hungry course conditions. The focus was still on NeoUniverse and Sakura President. However, a horse named Zeno Rob Roy, winner of the Derby Trial Aoba Show, was also secretly attracting attention. When the race started, Zeno Rob Roy and Sakura President took their positions in the leading pack, while NeoUniverse took a position in the middle of the pack. Although most horses avoided the inside, where conditions were not good due to the rain, NeoUniverse dared to go through the inside and approached the leading pack at the third turn. He overtook Zeno Rob Roy to take the lead and held onto it to win the race. The Double Crown was the first in 6 years. It was also the first time in history that a foreign jockey won the Derby. Mirko received generous applause from the audience. After the Derby winners usually take the summer off to prepare for the Kikasho in the fall season. However, it was reported that NeoUniverse will compete in the Takarazukakinen, the Spring Grand Prix race. In addition to NeoUniverse's good physical condition after the Derby, a major part of the reason for his participation in the Takarazukakinen was that the 3-year-old horse could compete in the race with a handicap 5 kilograms lighter. The horses competing that year included the previous year's Horse of the Year, Simbali Chris S., Hishi Miracle, winner of the previous year's Kikasho and this year's Tenno Show Spring, Agnes Digital, winner of 6 Grade 1 races, and Dansu Frame, winner of the Takarazukakinen the previous year. NeoUniverse was slow at the start and had to chase at the back of the pack. He gradually moved up and pushed hard in the final stretch, but was unable to catch the winner, Hishi Miracle, who finished in 4th place. After this race, NeoUniverse was put out to pasture and returned to the stables in late August. NeoUniverse was expected to become the first Triple Crown winner since Narita Bryan. As a prelude to the final race of the Triple Crown, Kikasho, he entered the Kobe Shinbun Cup. Also in this race were Sakura President and Zeno Rob Roy, who ran with him in the Derby. Mirko's short-term license had expired by this time, so Fukunaga rode NeoUniverse instead in this race. However, NeoUniverse fell behind Zeno Rob Roy and Sakura President in the final stretch and lost to 3rd place. And Mirko will be able to ride NeoUniverse in Kikasho, the final race of the Triple Crown. His short-term license had expired, but JRA allowed him to ride Kikasho as a special exception. Note that just a week before the Kikasho was held, Still in Love had won the Shuka Show, achieving the first triple tiara since Majiro Lamon. Therefore, if NeoUniverse achieved the Triple Crown, both the Triple Crown and Triple Tiara would be achieved that year, so in that sense he was expected to do well. On race day in Kikasho, NeoUniverse was the favorite and he took his position in the middle of the pack. That's the Plenty, the fifth favorite, spurted out of the third turn of the second lap and then took the lead. NeoUniverse also moved up a position after him and entered the final stretch in second place. NeoUniverse chased That's the Plenty, but he could not close the gap and was overtaken by Lincoln, who came from behind and finished third. The expected Triple Crown achievement was not achieved. Mirko commented after the race that the 3,000-meter distance was too long. After this they competed in the Japan Cup. The Japan Cup is on the same course and over the same distance as the Derby, and the conditions are favorable for the Derby horses. NeoUniverse was the second favorite. The favorite was Simbali Chris S., who had won Tenno Show Autumn a month earlier in a new record time. It had been raining since the day before the race. NeoUniverse took a position slightly behind the middle of the pack after the race started. Leading the pack in this race was Tap Dance City. He ran with ease, paying no mind to the rain-soaked course. And in the final stretch, he won by running away with an even wider gap from the rest of the field. NeoUniverse could not close the gap with him and finished fourth. Third in this race was That's the Plenty, and NeoUniverse lost to him again. NeoUniverse was nevertheless highly popular and was voted second in the year-end Arimakinen fan poll. However, he did not compete in Arimakinen and went on a rest. In 2004, NeoUniverse returned to racing in April in the Grade 2, Osaka Cup. NeoUniverse, the top-performing horse in the field, was handicapped at 59 kilograms. The opponents include Admire Groove, winner of the Queen Elizabeth Cup the previous year, and Balance of Game, winner of 4 graded races, so they are not weak by any means. However, NeoUniverse was the favorite and caught the horse in front just before the finish line, finishing in the lead, albeit by a small margin. It was his first win in about 10 months since the Derby. NeoUniverse's next target was Tenno Show Spring. NeoUniverse and other 4-year-olds were the favorites in that year's Tenno Show Spring. Besides NeoUniverse, there were Lincoln, That's the Plenty, and Zeno Rob Roy. But it was not any of them who won. In Grandier won the runaway by a wide margin. It was like Tap Dance City in the Japan Cup. NeoUniverse was defeated in 10th place. And as a result, this was his last race. After this he was training to compete in the Takarazukakinen when he was found to have flexor tendonitis and a broken bone. He took some time off for medical treatment, but in September it was announced that he would retire. His total is 7 wins in 13 races. He was syndicated for a total of 1.2 billion yen and became a stallion. NeoUniverse was a popular stallion and attracted many mares. And from among the first year's crop, Unrivaled and Logi Universe were successful. In 2009, Unrivaled won the Satsuki Show and Logi Universe won the Derby. And Victoire Pisa was a great success among NeoUniverse's second-year foals. Victoire Pisa had success in Japan, winning the Satsuki Show and Arimakinen, but to his surprise, he went on to win the Dubai World Cup in Dubai. This was, of course, a first for a Japanese horse. Others include Neorealism, winner of the Queen Elizabeth II Cup in Hong Kong. Many other foals of NeoUniverse have won various graded races from short to long distance. He is probably one of the most successful stallions of recent years. But sadly, in 2021, he was euthanized after breaking his shoulder in a breeding accident. He was 21 years old. His sudden death is unfortunate, but his descendants are many. I hope they continue to prosper. That's all for this time. If you want to know more about Japanese horses, subscribe to this channel. Thank you.